This is an avocado, and this is a podcast. That makes this an avocado podcast.
You are now listening to The Young God, a podcast for the gods. This episode is brought to you by the Clubhouse Abuja.
I've got this one half black, half Indonesian. I've got this one dodging calls, you're not mature. She played it safe and curved boy. She got
Hello and welcome to The Young God, a podcast for the gods. I'm your host Rodney, and this is the final episode of 2020. Not to be confused with the final episode of the season, because I'm not done yet. Oh no, far from. But mans must rest. Mans must take a break to gain some perspective and reflect on all that we've achieved this year and this season. But the song playing in the background sounds good, yeah? Has a nice groove to it, doesn't it? That's my guy, that's my friend, and today's guest, ISAH the Prince, one of Abuja's standout lyricists. The track is called The Curve, from his latest album titled The Bigger Picture, which dropped about 3 days ago, I think. ISAH gave me the honor and privilege of listening to the album in advance in order to prepare for this, his second coming on the show, and in typical Young God fashion, we went all over the place with our conversation, talking about the support we get versus the support we deserve, our experiences with Nigerian women, love languages, envy in the creative industry. I mean, we just went full circle with this shit. And you know what? The banter between ISAH and I is always tough. In fact, he's one of my favorite people to talk to. He always gets me to go on these rants where I'm in the spirit, and y'all are about to see what that's like. He's a soft-spoken dude, but he's serious, man. He's serious about the craft, serious about figuring out himself, and serious about figuring out life. I love that about him. This is a long-ass conversation, but I've taken the liberty of inserting music from the album and key points to give your ears a break. It is my hope that you get a sense of how special an artist ISAH is, and by the time you're done with this episode, you would maybe get the bigger picture. See what I did there? Yes. I do encourage you to check out the project in its entirety on Apple Music and Spotify. She's on IG at ISAH.theprince. That's ISAH as in ISAH.theprince. Do show your support for a phenomenal musician. And finally, thank you to Paris de Nuit and Wuse2 Abuja for giving me their beautiful space in which to record. Your support is immensely appreciated. With that said, let's start the show.
I've got this one half black, half Indonesian.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with ISAH the Prince for the second time. Second time's the charm on The Young God. How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
I'm good.
Speak up,
I'm good. Life is good.
When it's
Life
time to enter the
is
studio
good.
now, you be shouting, do say. Now,
Touche.
now you're keeping. Tell us what's going on now. What's going on?
Man, I'm good. We're just wrapping up the year.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy year, but like we said earlier in the year, like it's going to be a good end to the year, and that's what is about to happen.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like putting the icing on the cake.
Okay.
That's where we are.
So
Yeah.
what's the
After
cake?
such a long.
What's the cake?
You've heard it.
I've heard
it. Yeah.
The bigger
You've
picture.
listened to the project. Yeah, exactly.
Is this a secret project? Is it something that people... Is it out yet? No, it's not.
It's not out.
So this is... Oh, right, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
Oh, shit, so I've listened to it before anyone has.
Yeah.
Guys, exclusive right here, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so between the first time you came on the podcast and now, what has changed? Like, what's ISAH experienced?
Man, that's a good question. In hindsight, you wouldn't know like how much has changed, but I think I've definitely evolved as a human being. I've learned a lot more about myself and the world, although there's still a lot more to learn. But yeah, I'll just say I've evolved.
What stands out to you in your evolution? When you look in the mirror, like, I've evolved. What stands out in your entire life or about ISAH? What stands out to you in that evolution?
I see things a little bit clearer now.
Okay.
I see the bigger picture. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then let's get into the bigger picture. So this is your third album.
I wouldn't necessarily call it an album, but it's
Your
my
third project.
it's my fifth project now. Fifth project, yeah. But it's a really special project. I've been waiting
What's special
for this
about
project to be out. I've been holding on to it I've been working on it for a while.
it? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I like the name. What inspired that name? The bigger picture.
It's like
What are you seeing that we're not seeing?
you're probably seeing it too. Maybe the people on the outside are not seeing it, but you're seeing it.
So tell the people what they're supposed to see or what you're seeing. We want to know, man.
The road is clearer, like
Okay.
yeah, the path to my destination is a lot clearer. So it's like I've had to go through a lot of tribulations, which I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. But I'm definitely at a point where I'm beginning to see myself for who I truly am, and I'm beginning to see the world for what it truly is.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's good mentality right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, man. Seeing the world for what it is. That means your connection with reality is becoming more and more like tight.
Yeah. I would say that, but I would say I'm there. Yeah, there's still a lot of ground to cover.
For sure.
But yeah, like what I don't know will forever be greater than what I do know. But even if like scratching like 1% or 2% of reality is still great in the grand scheme of things. Some people never scratch even the surface. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
that's where we are now.
The bigger picture. You know, when I heard that, when I saw the title, it really like resonated because I feel like with everything in this world, especially with the issues, like there are a lot of problems in the world, right?
Yeah.
But you find that people get stuck on the details.
Yeah.
You know, they get stuck on. They call this phenomenon being too close to the elephant. You probably heard it.
I've not heard it, but
But then when you step back, like so when you're standing close to the elephant, you don't know it's an elephant. All you know is just this thick rubber penis-like
It
skin
just-
that's on this big ass wall
Yeah.
that's blocking your view.
okay.
Right? And you think that you can't pass it. But then when you step back, you see it's an elephant and you can actually go around.
Go around.
you know?
Amazing. That's
Like,
amazing.
You know what it is, and so
Yeah.
that's why it's so important when you say take a holistic view at something.
Yeah.
Whether it's social justice issues, whether it's yourself, like don't be so close that you can't see
Yeah.
what is really happening. So when you say being connected to reality, that's spot on, man. That's like seeing it clearer, clarity.
Yeah.
And that's what's up. But
Yeah.
now diving into the album, tell me which tracks in there are hitting the spot for you? Like, you know, okay, this is prime ISAH the Prince.
The way I compose music is like each track is a short window into my reality. So like I can't just pick one. I can't definitely pick one and be like, oh, this is the most amazing. Every track has different emotions that speak to me at different points in time. But I would say that this project probably has my favorite track of all time, which is hard to pick, which is extremely hard to pick.
Which track is this, please?
Thankful is, and I have a different attachment to that song just because I clearly remember the time that I wrote it, and I wrote it at my lowest. Like I can't think of a point lower than the point that I wrote Thankful. I can't think of a moment lower than that point, and I can't even explain what I was probably going through, but that was my lowest point, and it's crazy I made a song out of that.
So the song's a reflection of that low point.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a reflection. It's a reflection in some sense, but rather than think about the point I was at, the song came about in a form that I was thankful,
Right.
regardless of
Right.
the moment.
Bro.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. So for me, the songs that stood out, and in each song was a particular line that we're gonna dissect.
Okay.
Okay. So, roll call. The hook. I loved it.
Yeah.
No, they stand for back. Last place, no, they yam for class.
Yeah.
I beg.
Yeah.
Who are you calling out like this?
So
Because I was last when I was in high school, bro. And I used to yarn because I was Naruto kind of like that.
That's crazy.
So it came at me like, okay, last place, no, they yarn for class. So
Yeah.
who you? What are you trying to tell us?
So it's crazy. That song, I don't think anyone can. It sounds so funny that it would be hard to like guess the explanation. But I got to this point where I realized like I put out stuff that receives a lot of good feedback, but I don't know if this is the case for you. But I have a lot of people that engage with me in their private moments, like DMs, and they're like, "Oh shit, your project is good, your song is good, your this is good." But I now got to the point. I'm now like, why don't like people step out in the open? Like, if you love something, why don't you engage with it out in the open? Why would you wait for the moment when someone is popping to hop on a bandwagon or be like, "Oh, I knew ISAH from then"? You get? So I genuinely asked this person, because this person is, I would probably say, I hate the word fan, but one of my biggest supporters. But she always does it in my DM. Like, never or hardly else in the open. Never else in the open. So I asked her and she's like, "We like to support from the back." You get, like, we like to support behind the scenes, thing.
Okay.
So the song is pretty much like, yo, no, they stop.
Okay. Don't be hiding in the
Don't be
background.
hiding in the background. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
That's so true. Like, people should, like, if you like something, don't just tell me. Tell the world.
Tell the world.
You know,
Yeah.
Other people like you. Or
Exactly. You never know.
You never
but
know.
It's social validation, like Salim would say.
Yeah, social validation.
Yeah.
And it's very necessary, like, when you're in the content creation game, right?
Like, yes.
You need people to know.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, and you know what's fucking weird? Someone like Rihanna now, she released a new album. You promote her album on your story all day, every day, because you can't get in her DM. Because you can get in my DM, you come
You come and DM me.
Come on now.
Yeah. It's
So,
like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like this is nice, but it doesn't help me.
Yeah.
Like, this helps you. You've maybe got something off your chest and you feel good for, like, maybe you feel like, oh, you've been generous with your.
Yeah. And it helps me a little because you've given me some form of validation. But it's like, it would go a long way if you do it out in the open.
You know the thing is, like, sometimes, and this is the asshole in me speaking, it's like, they'll come like, "Rodney, your podcast is this and that and that," and my man, like, I know. Tell them. Tell them. Don't tell me. Like, tell all of us together. And that will make, like, I will appreciate you even more.
Definitely.
Because it shows that, you're not just, there's just all kinds of layers to this thing if you really want to break it down.
Yes.
So the moral of the story is just, if you're supporting someone, support with your chest.
Simple.
Simple.
Support with your chest.
If you're telling me that this episode changed your life, tell the world that it changed your life. Let those who are in your position to, get that same shit.
That's all we ask for. That's all we ask for
Not
as
too much to
creatives.
ask.
Yeah, it's not too much. It's not too much. Yeah.
The next song that I really felt was Scores. I thought that weekend sample. I heard it. I think it's the remix to
Drunk in Love
that the Weeknd did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was very, very well. Like, that's a good touch, actually.
Thanks, man.
So, was it like something that you've always had in your back pocket? Like, I'm going to use this sample for something, or it just came randomly?
Okay, no, someone just came with the beat to me and dropped it, and I knocked it out in like maybe 10 minutes or something. Yeah, it was one of those. It's a rap record. Like that's what I do.
Yeah.
It was so easy. Like. But it's more about like I'm coming for all of you. That was the vibe. I'm coming for all of you.
You're keeping score.
Yeah, exactly. I'm aware of everything. If you don't know,
civil service. Civil service. Babes are looking for wedding ring. Boys are trapped in the closet like hearing R. Kelly sing. I say, guy, what's going on? Who are you?
Yeah.
Yabbing like this. Who are these boys and these girls?
Yeah, man, it's just like the phenomenon or the institution of marriage and the way we look at it in where we're from in Nigeria. It's so watered down. It's so watered down at this point. Like a lot of people get into these relationships for like shallow reasons.
Yeah.
And it has become more of like a checklist at this point in time. So it's like, babes are looking for a wedding ring. It's not about the love but the reception. It's more about the wedding and the show that you can put on, as opposed to you building something with someone that you really love. So,
bro,
yeah,
it's so fun. It's like it's a very nice social commentary because you're basically observing that everything is content now. Everything you want to do for Instagram content. Like, how can I make this a visual content? And so I know what is a problem. You would think that over time, if you're doing something for the wrong reason, like, let that be a small list, but we keep adding to the list. A lot of wrong reasons to do stuff. So now the newest one is for likes, for views, for slay us, step on our necks, comments like that. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I don't want to like sit on a high horse and judge them and be like, yes. You notice and you're like, it's one thing if you nail both the content creation and the actual like seriousness of what you're doing, but if it's one without the other, if it's the content creation without the meaning, the content creation should just be not manifestation, it should be a result of truth. It should be built on something substantial. Yes. And this whole like mentality has changed my relationship to social media. Like, it's like I'm more intentional about the things that I do. Okay, why do I want to post this picture? Am I trying to stunt on people? No. Why do I want to stunt on people? I don't need to. Sometimes I want to stunt on people. No, but also, and that's very subjective. You get like you don't look like someone that would buy a G-Wagon and stand on a G-Wagon and be like, oh, Instagram, I bought a G-Wagon. Yeah. No, it's more like you stunt on people with your podcast because I do this. I stunt on people with rap because I can really do this. Like there are only two things I'm probably like competitive about in life. Which is what I want. In life, it's music and sports. And that's when I'm in sports. Like those are the only, and I'll say music in terms of rap. Yeah. That's the only time I can really bring out my competitive side. Okay. If not, in every other aspect of life, I pretty much try to live a creative life. Right. And that's creativity is the opposite of competition to a certain degree. Yeah. Okay. The last song that stood out to me. Well, they all stood out, but like in terms of lyrics, Fatal Affair. Oh yeah. So you were lamenting the fact that you're scared of commitment, right? And you said, maybe it's because I have some trauma from these women, yo. Maybe it's because Nigerian girls be tripping, yo. So now you've got a Nigerian baby. Tell me what they did to you, bro. Man, it's just our culture. It's pretty much our culture. And maybe like I might be giving Nigerian girls a bad rep. It might just be women in general. But like I've been around this like society for so long, and I've seen other societies and how other women from other cultures function. But like
Nigerian women and Nigerians in general, we live in a constant state of survival. And we've been indoctrinated with like a very weird mentality, like, okay, marriage is the goal. That's one thing. Security, I understand that security is very necessary, but the extent to which we take that security, it scares me sometimes. And that's one of the things I'm probably scared of. I'm scared of getting into a situation that is not built on the foundation of truth, but is built on things like security, solely security, convenience. Yeah, that type of stuff. Yeah.
You know, it's not even that I disagree with you, but it's just because I want to know why you said it. But I do agree that, you know, in all my life, and I've met a lot of women from all across. Me and Nigerian girls find it very, very hard to like connect on a
deeper level.
Same. Because our values are just different.
Yeah.
You know, when someone is living off that survival brain, the actions are very, very like detrimental to both of them, and you don't even know until you've gone the distance.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, I always say to anyone who asks me that Kenyan women are the shit. They have their head on in a way that just vibes with me. Bro,
have you dated a Kenyan woman before?
I have, not seriously, but I've engaged them.
Okay.
I've had them as lovers. Let me put it like that. Right? And it's just been a different vibe. If you have
Big shots.
If you have a Nigerian girl as lover, it's a
bro, like I totally get you. And that was like even when you said Kenyan woman, I was like having visions to wife a thing from like Addis Ababa. That's Ethiopia.
You said that, yes. That East African vibe.
That East African vibe. And maybe it's just like the grass, looking like the grass is greener on the other side. I don't know.
But again, I've been there.
I don't know.
I've been to Nairobi. I've seen the promised land. I even have an episode of my podcast talking about Nairobian women.
I need to go and check that.
This is
I need
facts.
to check it out. Yeah.
So you're in the spirit, man. They have a different way of seeing the world.
Yeah.
They're very strong.
Yeah.
And they have like very nice values.
I need to and my mom has talked about like Ethiopia like a lot, and she actually told me to like marry an Ethiopian woman, but I don't know whether she was just talking. And even the other part where I was like, maybe I have some like trauma from these women. A lot of it is not like trauma I've had to be in. You get like some of it's just like as a result of what I've seen Nigerian women do to other people. You get to my friends or people just being observant. And a lot of it is fucked up, man.
But the things they say, the language
the language they use, and you can't even blame me on them because a lot of the time it's from a place of love, but like their expression is just off. It's extremely off. So yeah, that's what the song is about.
So tell me about the women in your life right now. Who you fucking?
Man, I'm celebrating right now. Like.
Oh yeah? For real? No man, no, I'm for real. What's that like? Like what's the story there?
But I wouldn't say celebrate, to be honest. But like I'm not in a serious commitment, and that's cause like this last few years it's been all work, and one of my goals is actually to like take some time off this music and live life. So that's go on more dates. I realized like I've not really taken like that many. I don't think I've taken like a girl out on a date in a while. Like I was just talking about it yesterday. So these are the little things I want to do, because sometimes that's how, when you live life as an artist, that's how you get more. I don't want to say that like you're resulting to like these dubious means to create musical content, but it's by living life that you get material to create stuff. So I need to live life. I need to take more women out on dates.
Oh yeah.
I want to test myself as well.
Definitely. Once you start taking them on dates, celibacy will be because because I tell you what, right? Niggas like you are rare on the market. They need you out there. Like, one thing I know about Nigerian babes though, right? All this talk we talk about, all this shit. Once a woman sees a nigga that makes sense, all that shit flies out. And I can tell you that for a fact. But now the only thing is that because of human nature, eventually when they get comfortable, all those things start to come out again. That's the thing. That is the
yes. And it's cause like when you're in a relationship, you're not really dealing with your the reality part of the individuals. You're basically dealing with like your perception of that individual.
Yeah.
So relationships are actually extremely tough because you're dealing with each other's shadows. You're dealing with your own traumas. Like you're dealing with a reflection of yourself. Relationships teach you more about yourself than the other person, which is crazy.
Yo, it's different stroke for different folks. I be preaching, but I'm scared of a commitment, though. Maybe it's cause I have some trauma from these women, yo. Maybe it's cause Nigerian women always tripping, yo. Having visions to wife a thing from Addis Ababa. Cause having flicks with women from the west, they cause wahala. I fuck the drama, love my space like a recruit for NASA. And when I tell them, man, they always ends with shots of naga. Their ego switches off and then they start bitching about my flaws and all that bullshit. But how I take their personal and put it in the music. Girl, I just tell my truth, I didn't mean to expose our dirty laundry, the whole world kinda sees through. And it's a shame that we don't even talk much. And that's because I didn't wanna keep in touch. The past is the past, that's what it is. And if we ever reconnect, I'ma still tell it as it is. I'm more blunt these days, sure you can tell I'm trying to give all the real ones roses when they can smell. Sometimes I come across as a know-it-all, fatal affairs, but you still gotta show me love. I'm far from taking. I know I gotta learn from the mistakes I'm making, the hearts I'm breaking. The thought of being single all my life is a reality I'm forced to face. It's a choice of...
Nigerians have unresolved traumas. A lot of Nigerian girls, when you think about dealing with how they see patriarchy, you think about maybe how they see like men in general. You think about their relationship with their fathers, their relationship with their brothers, having to maybe look after the younger brother. All these things that girls complain about, they carry all of that.
Yeah.
It's on them. Like
It's
cloud.
on them,
They carry that and they will try to relate with the guy, and it just comes out very, very detrimental. A lot of bad things happen, and you're wondering why, things aren't working out. And you think it's just
and it's all you. Like at the end of the day, it's you. A lot of it is like eternal conflict.
Yeah, and then now you're dealing with a guy who, on his own, maybe he's not the most. Maybe he's a nice guy, he's a decent guy, but he's not the most emotionally intelligent. So he finds it hard to navigate your trauma.
Exactly, and he probably has his own traumas as well.
Exactly. So for someone like me, I'm very aware of these things. So I'm talking to a girl, I'm very aware of how her trauma is playing out. Whether she loses it or not, I'm paying attention to these things. So I feel like maybe it's my job to compensate. So she says something, or she has an assumption. It's my job to communicate how I'm not that guy, or I'm not doing that. Bro. Communication, man. You think like, so you talk about communication being key, but it's key in that you have to like be paying attention to know what her issue is. So you can like address it even before it becomes a thing. So with Nigerian babes, you're constantly playing all this relationship mathematics. It's algebra. So if you're not good at math, bro.
And there are some people that have like I saw something that Chris Rock like has like non-verbal learning disorder. So like if you do not outrightly communicate something to someone, there are some people that can never get it. Like they actually have a disorder. So like a girl like might actually like him and might be giving him signs, but he wouldn't know if you don't use your mouth to say it. I'm sure a lot of people walk around with that sort of disorder as well.
You'd be surprised,
you'd be surprised. So communication is really, really important.
And when you think about it with Chris Rock, right? He was only diagnosed with that thing at
recently,
age 50. So imagine people that have gone their whole life, they have things that they don't even know about. And it's messing up how they relate with people, and we're like being so uncompassionate. Saying men are trash, men are this, men are that. Something I realized is that when it comes to opinions, right, people can't differentiate between an opinion that is wrong an opinion that they just disagree with. There's a difference, and people think they're the same thing.
True.
Right?
That's the truth.
So when you say something, they just take
Yeah.
a thing that happens. So when you think of comprehension, communication, these are things, because you say something and you know that what you said came from the right place and there's truth to it. But because
it makes me think that certain people, like people's brains are just wired differently. Like some people are accustomed to like putting labels on things, but like once you can't fit into any category, you're automatically like a rebel. You're looked at differently. It's crazy to me.
It's crazy, but I actually like it.
I love it.
For myself, because in the end, I'm not out here trying to be right, but I'm trying to like get somebody out there to just think, and you're surprised.
Spark the mind, I'll change.
Even my most like weirdest ideas I share on there, someone will be like, "Yo, I never thought about it that way," and that's enough. So I feel the same way, but they won't like say anything.
Yeah.
But you know that there's an audience and there's someone who needs to hear what you have to say.
Yeah. And that's all that matters. Even if it's just one person.
Even if it's all that.
So like communication is definitely important. It's
important.
It's extremely important. Yeah.
Because I can say something to somebody. See, I've had. I don't want to. Okay, let me not just limit it to relationships and women.
Yeah.
But I've been in situations where I've explained something as best as I can, and a person will still decide to understand it
the way they want to. Yeah.
So you find that you're dealing with people who, even if you have an open mind and you're expressing something properly,
you have
people that are still closed-minded.
Yeah.
And the worst closed-minded people are the ones who think they're open-minded.
Ooh.
Crazy. They believe that they're open-minded, but their actions or the way they relate doesn't, and they believe it. So how do you deal?
Yeah.
So I guess,
and closed-mindedness is actually a disease, man. It's a problem.
They talk about mental health issues. Closed-mindedness is a mental health issue.
It should be.
Low key, they don't put it there. But I believe that a mental health issue is anything that limits your ability to relate with reality properly. So things like anxiety, depression, all these things, they limit your ability to connect with the reality. Right? So is closed-mindedness.
True.
So is ignorance. All these things are mental health issues, low-key. It's just that things like anxiety, they're more obvious. Someone can say, I'm anxious, my God.
I'm depressed.
I'm depressed.
Yeah.
You never hear someone say, I'm so ignorant.
Because closed-mindedness is like, it is so close to narcissism, or it might be a characteristic of narcissism, most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah. But even back to what we were saying about like communication, there was something there was a line I picked. Have you heard The Notebook?
Yes, I have.
The Notebook. Amazing movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Man, I'm looking for love after that movie. if I can't like love like my woman the way that guy loved his babe, then I don't want to get married, man.
Yo. You set some very high standards for yourself. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. But they said something that like which is like very vital to communication. Silence is a form of communication. And what the line was like, to speak when words are needed and to share the silence when they are not. And oh my God, like when I had to put it down on my phone, like that's a bar. That's a bar, man. That's a bar.
Yeah. Silence can be misinterpreted, but it can be misquoted.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Silence, and that's what it means to be a good communicator. You know when to be silent, you know when to speak. And and in the good communicator, low-key, people never add this, knows when somebody is misunderstanding them. Do you get? Like, knows where their argument is being, like, the part where they're missing it. And they try to come back. Like, because, dude, I've been talking to people, like, you learn this thing when you're talking to women, especially when you're talking to a woman, because I'll have things that are my personality and my habits that she will not understand why I see it this way or why I feel this way about it. And I'm trying to like get this babe to like, fuck with me. So it is my best interest to figure out how best to explain that shit. And it's in those communications that I've had that I learned like, this is how to communicate. This is how to, use silence. This is how to like...
You do it on your podcast though, so I'm not surprised. You do it on your podcast.
I guess maybe you can say the podcast influences real life, and then real life
Influences,
the podcast.
definitely.
So it's,
there has to be a trade-off. I think that's what art is.
it imitates.
Yeah.
life, right?
It imitates life. It's trying to capture like a reality. So yeah, it makes sense that both feed each other, and that's like the only way you stay alive and feel fulfilled. It's cause like for you to continue evolving in your craft, you have to continue evolving in life, and that trade-off has to keep on happening for you to keep on elevating. If not, both of them are going to die, or one of them would suffer. And if one of them suffers, both suffer. Although, like, if you suffer in life, your art might actually benefit from that to a certain degree.
To a certain degree, I think there's a limit to which suffering can elevate art.
Oh, okay, yeah.
At some point, you need to be
I
your
get you.
elements.
Yes. You have to create from the point of your higher self. So yeah, that makes so much sense. I agree with that.
So I guess if you're able to create when you're low, that creation should help you. Like the fact that you did that while you're low should help you get out, like get high.
Yes.
cannot stay in that loop
I'm more
forever.
attached to the art I create in my low moments.
Yeah,
I'm more attached.
naturally
Yeah.
thankful, like you said.
Thankful is yeah.
Guys, go check that out. Thankful. The entire project is a masterpiece, bro. It is good.
This feels like summer, but you make me feel so alive. Just be my lover, but you lead me to paradise. And I'll take some time just to be thankful that I had dreams of you. And I'll take some time just to be thankful that I had dreams of you.
Family over everything, I took the oath, I took the pledge. But they pushing me to the edge, you know, dinners, no vacations or nothing. 3 years since my dad was dropped dead in the coffin. Rest in paradise, I'm with the paradise. Lucky 7 waiting on open heavens. And when they put their hands on me, I gotta share my blessings. All praises due to Allah. Sometimes I wonder how the world would be without Wi-Fi. I gotta speak my truth, cause I'm the truth, sometimes I lie. I see through the subliminals, they sending through sci-fi. I've gotta quiet my mind, cause it's kinda turbulent. I just finished the Bible, realized it's not an urban myth. Life is a game, I play the tournament of God among these earthlings, so you know I must be heaven sent. But I'm still a born sinner, can't be a soul loser, but I'm built to be a winner. I'm built to be a winner. It's crazy. Too much going on. Too much.
That was Thankful by ISAH. Hope you got the message. Hope you felt what he was trying to explain early on. Now, moving on to the next segment. I'm going to talk to ISAH about envy. But first, let me share with you a quote that perfectly captures my views on the matter and will also get you thinking. When you show yourself to the world and display your talents, you naturally stir all kinds of resentment, envy, and all other manifestations of insecurity. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty feelings of others. Do you notice the envy that people have of you in this music game?
But like envy, why?
Why?
Envy, yeah.
Why would someone envy you?
Why?
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Bro, when
Why?
you're good at what you do,
Yeah.
envy is natural.
True.
Envy is not when you're
True.
yo, bro. Maybe you haven't noticed it. Maybe you happen to be in a situation where you don't have envious friends. You know, but for sure, maybe your peers, you don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cause I don't relate with that many musicians. It's crazy. That's why I don't know. Like I'm not in that space. A lot of my life is disconnected from like around what the typical musician does. I'm not in the clubs.
Yeah.
I'm not hanging around like a lot of people. Yeah. So I'm away from a lot of
That energy.
that energy and what we would call the industry. I wouldn't say I've dealt with envy, but I know certain people that do not like me for whatever reason. And certain people that like our energy, let me not say that they're not like me, our energy just don't match, and that's where all these things stem from, like envy, jealousy. And my way of dealing with things like that is like I it's not a good thing, but I internalize a lot. I would never I'm not a confrontational person. I wasn't raised to be a confrontation actually irks me. So I can only internalize and put it into the art form. So that's where a song like Scores would come from. Greater when I'm talking my shit and putting my stats out there.
Yeah.
That's where those moments come from. So yeah.
Oh man, I've been dealing with envy for a long time. Yo, nobody.
How do you deal with it? That's the question.
Unlike you, I'm confrontational.
You know the funny thing, you don't come across as like a confrontational person in any way.
That's it now. You can't put me in a box. You can't.
Fair.
You know, I can't name names. Yeah. And he's a big shot in Abuja.
Okay.
Like one of these events, Play Network events. I was talking to the guy like, bro, I have this feeling that you don't like me. What's up? Yeah. And the guy was shocked. People don't expect it. You would think that
That's actually a dope approach.
yeah, I asked him straight up, like, what's going on? And this is, like, if I say the guy's name now, everybody knows him. This is a guy that is
But you don't want to put him on the spot.
I don't want to put him on the spot before the
So how did that pan out? Like what happened?
Yeah, so the guy
How did he react?
was taken aback, and he was like, you know how it is, like, why would you say that? You know, he said like trying to like cushion the thing. From where? How? You know? And I told him like, yo, like when this is happening, this happens. When I do this, I noticed. I said I could be wrong, but you know, it's just because I would like to know. We squashed it too, and we became
Friends
after that. Do you get that kind of
You
thing?
just played 48 laws on him, no?
That's what I'm saying. But even without it making like I'm playing 48 laws, you know, 48 laws makes it seem like it's manipulation. But really, what it is just when you move in that element of truth, like
that light.
like I don't like if you envy me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't fuck you, or like it's me.
Yeah.
Like shit. Let's see what's there now.
Yeah.
You get you know, like when I was in high school, and the first time this happened, I experienced was in high school. No, in college, in uni. I was always the guy that was always hanging out with pretty ladies. Yo. So this guy, we met one day in my friend's dorm room, and he tells me, no, I'm still playing FIFA, and we become friends. He's a big, muscular guy. And then like 2 or 3 years into our friendship, we became tight, best friends. We had this crew of, and he's from Ivory Coast. He's probably gonna hear this episode because he's my guy now.
Yeah.
So he, 2 or 3 years into the whole thing, the guy was speaking one day, and he just opens up and says, Rodney, when I first met you, I hated your guts. When I used to see you around campus, walking around all these beautiful ladies, you know, probably I thought maybe you're, you know, fucking them, and you know, I just wanted you to step to me in the wrong way. I wanted to knock you out. Like I was just waiting for you to like fuck up, and I'll fuck you up. We never got given the opportunity, and now that we're friends, I have respect for you.
Mad.
Do you get that kind of thing?
Yeah.
So in that moment, that was my first time, like really. I didn't know, like you. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was
You were not
oblivious to
just aware of it, like
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't exist in your reality.
It didn't exist.
Yeah.
But then when he said that to me, at that time, it's like I ate the forbidden fruits. It opened up to me like, yo, this is what was happening when that guy was behaving that way.
Yeah.
This is why that guy was, you know, talking to me somehow. This is why this guy was, you know, did
Yeah.
It just opened up. So now, when you know how I am, people think, oh, you know,
Yeah.
Ronnie's full of himself. So people use that as a reason, like, why is this guy so full of himself? What is it? Who is his dad? What's going on? What does he have that we don't? Do you get that?
But you know the funny thing, like you can only like be envious or jealous of jealousy is a natural, it's in human nature, it's embedded in our human nature.
Jealousy is different from envy.
Yeah, it's different, yeah. But I was coming to the point where you can only like envy someone when you are not secure in your own skin.
Yeah.
That's the only point. So a lot of these people, like, it's not about you. It's pretty much about them. They feel inadequate in themselves. So when they see someone that like has these opinions of himself, like, oh, I'm a god, I'm a this, I'm a that, it begins to make them feel less than themselves because they're not aware of who they are.
Yeah.
It's just like Funny enough, I don't know why I was on your Instagram page today, but I saw a post where you were being you and talking your game, and it just only makes me feel more secure. Like I'm more like I'm just like laughing when I'm sitting there. I'm like, the Rodney knows his value. You get what I'm saying? I can't hate on you. Why should I hate on you? Because I'm aware of myself. But like a lot of people come across you and hear you talking your game, and they would feel intimidated as a result of that. So that's probably where envy stems from.
Yeah, it's a thing that we have to like. But I wear it as a badge of honor because people don't envy something that is not good.
True.
People don't envy something that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
you know, like why would you envy a beggar on the streets, right? So either you envy someone's power, someone's position, they have something you want or something you don't have. That's how envy emanates. And bro, I was in a room with National Geographic people. So it was one of the things where I made the short list for a grant.
Okay.
So they invited me to Lagos. I was there with them. They're looking at my stuff, and the lady's telling me, "Oh, this work is so and so and so, but you could have done this. And I said, "Yeah, that's cool, but I did this because this is what I was trying to achieve. This is what this. Bro, I didn't get that grant, and the lady, my friends who was there, told me that she said that they didn't like how,
confidence.
That I seemed full of myself.
Okay,
that's the word they use to like when they don't get why someone should challenge a national geographic person.
Yeah.
Usually people just come in, oh, you're right.
Yeah, they suck up.
I'll do better. Oh my God, thank you. They're like, no. I did this.
So that's why you didn't get it.
That's why I didn't get it.
Oh, damn.
Do you get it? Now I know it's not something I just turn on every time because you don't want to just human nature. You can't change people. Right? You don't want to just
you don't want to pull people off.
Yeah, you don't put people off. And you don't want to,
It's a tool that you should use, like in different, like
different times. Exactly. So sometimes you turn on the charm, sometimes you turn on the flex.
Sometimes,
most times you don't want to awaken the insecurity in people.
Yes.
So I'm very aware of that now.
Yeah.
So that video that you saw, that was a stream where I didn't send like.
Yeah. And we need more moments. You have to have those moments because you feel it. You feel it. Like there are sometimes you feel a fool of yourself.
Oh, all the time. I'm always
turned on.
I'm always on, man. What do you think about love languages?
I had this conversation with like a couple of my friends. Is it like what's your love language, or what do you think about?
Nigga, I'm not toasting you. I don't know your love language. It's only.
No, I'm saying is that the angle that you're coming from?
No, what do you think about the concept of it?
Of love languages. There are about 5.
There are 5, yeah.
There are 5 long love languages, right? I can't remember the 5, but from what I remember, it seems like there's some truth to it.
Okay.
Can you remind me what are the 5 love languages?
Physical touch, words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service.
But from the 4 you've mentioned, they are definitely real. I feel to a certain degree.
Yeah.
The
only beef with them is that they shouldn't be called love languages because they have nothing to do with love. They're just things we like. Because if you talk about love cares only about what you have to give, not about what you receive. And those languages about what you get from the person. What they do to make you feel happy, to make you feel good or whatever. Like words of affirmation, for example, it's just me telling you shit that'll stroke your ego.
You're great, you're that,
Exactly.
I get that. Okay,
so
that's one way of looking at it.
It's things you like. It's not has to. If it comes to love, it's more about what you do.
But acts of service is one of them, which is something too.
Yeah, so acts of service is for people who like things to be done for them.
For them.
Oh.
Okay, so is that the angle that it comes from?
That's
It's more like how do you express your love languages?
How do you like to receive?
How do you like to receive love? Okay.
Love.
Okay. So it's like they're trying to commoditize love.
Yeah, trying to commoditize because you think, for example, words of affirmation. I can lie to you.
Yeah.
I can tell you what you need to hear.
What you need to hear. And that's definitely
physical
not
touch. For example, a guy can deny. For example, if a girl asks me, "Oh, Rodney, what's your love language?" I can't say physical touch because if I say it, it seems like I'm trying to like sex. What I'm trying to get. And the girl can't say gifts because it seems like it's materialistic. So what are we really saying? You get.
I get you.
So what you have is acts of service, words of affirmation. Those are the ones that seem they don't seem too risque.
I get you.
You know,
I get you.
So I think it's just ways that people use to like
I get you.
get things out of people. But really and truly, if you're talking about love, the ultimate way of loving is how do you understand the person? How do you treat them with respect?
How much can you tolerate?
How much can you tolerate?
How far are you willing to go?
The grace you give.
Yeah, the grace you give.
You
like,
know?
are you guys totally like aligned in your purpose? I think that's the ultimate.
A person can do none of those things in that list, right? None of those things, but just treat you in a way that nobody has treated you before. Talk to you, is consistent, calls you, handles you with respect and with care. You forget about all these other things that people have told you need to do for love language.
True.
You know. So like in the end, each what every human being wants, craves, desires, and whether you know it or not, just some people don't know it, some people know it, is to figure out what your trauma is and compensate for it. Do you get, for example, my trauma is as a kid, I was always criticized. In school, my teacher would complain to my parents that, the reason why Rodney is getting such low scores is because he doesn't write what the teacher says. He writes in his own words. That's what I used to feel for that, bro. Nobody today. Do you get?
So you've never like abided by rules or
by rules and
anything?
everything.
Yeah.
So I was always criticized. So now if I'm dating someone, when someone appreciates my strengths, that shit gets me. That's my love now. Do you get that's
I get you. Yeah,
that's what it is.
yeah.
So you have to figure out what that person's trauma is and compensate.
And compensate for it. True.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
And when someone does that, they will jump ocean for you. They will jump the cliff.
True.
That's what it is.
I agree with that. I agree. So is it like at the end of the day, like relationships are just games? Is it just a game at the end of the day? Because that's what it seems like sometimes. That's what actually makes me scared.
It's a game in the same way life is a game. It's in the same way there's risk and reward. In the same way that if you do so and so things, you get something out of it. If you don't do so and so things, you don't get it. Like it's a game without making it look like it's child's play. It's a game, a serious game. Let's put it like that. It's a very serious game because people's hearts are involved. People's mental states
your
are involved.
your livelihood is involved.
Everything is involved.
Everything is involved.
But you still have to play the game because a game has rules. There are rules to solving it. It's a puzzle. Like Tetris. You're trying to figure out the right pieces to put in and then everything will clear. Figure it out every day. So like love, relationships is a constant game of Tetris. So just because you've solved this line doesn't mean that it's going to keep falling until the thing game over, you break up or you fucked up the shit. So every time so the people who win are those who keep playing and don't stop and keep finding to move those pieces. Yo, man. I figured this shit out.
Crazy.
When my book comes out, yo, know what's up. Where's my phone? Let me take this to the next level before we wrap. So, if you could be a god in the mythical sense, mythological sense, what would you be the god of and why? So if you could be the god of, like the way Zeus is god of thunder, and we have the god of wine, and we have the god of this, what would you be the god of?
Is Athena the god of wisdom or something like that?
Yes.
What's the god of wisdom?
She's the goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare.
Ah, that's me.
That's you.
That's me. Definitely that.
But if you could create a separate thing, something that is, for example, someone would say, I want to be the god of enjoyment. You know, pray to me, I will give you enjoyment.
Pray to me, I'll give you wisdom. Like I can't pick anything outside of wisdom. I don't know, cause that's one of the reasons why I revere someone like King Solomon. It's solely cause of wisdom. What else do you need? Although like wisdom comes with a lot of pain and suffering, but like I can't imagine not knowing or being aware, and that's what wisdom is about. It's about knowing and being aware of reality. So
making the right decisions.
I'm making the okay. I also learned that wisdom is it has to do with the application of knowledge and understanding. So it's actually a verb. So the god of wisdom, easily.
Without making it too serious, I would like to be.
How about you?
I'd like to be the god of
Gods.
No, that's like,
That's the highest level there is.
it's not necessary. Like, why would I want to be the god of gods? For what? Think about it. Like,
yeah. To move the chess pieces.
I don't need to move the chess pieces. I don't need to move them. I'll if you put the chess pieces, I'll play whatever is there. But I'd like to be the god of. Imagine you could be the god of punchlines.
That's
You will you can never be caught unawares. You be the one who's dashing guys punchlines.
Yeah.
You're the god. You get that kind of thing. You put a track, anything, say chicken out, you have
no,
a
this
punchline for that
like
shit.
poems too. Yeah, even writings. Yeah.
God of rhymes, God of flow. People pray to you for flow. Yo,
Yeah.
sir, I need to kill this track. Hit me with something.
Lord, give me the wisdom
Give
to
me-
give me the wisdom to be the god.
Give me the
To be the god of rhymes.
Touch my tongue, bro.
I'll still pick wisdom.
God of freestyle. Yo.
Yeah.
So I would like to be the god of. You know what it means to win every argument you enter?
But arguments meant to be won though. That's a question.
Bro, Jordan Peterson wins all arguments. What are you talking about?
But I don't think he goes with the intentions of. Is that I think if you go with the intention of like winning an argument, it defeats the point to a certain degree.
No, it doesn't. If you can win an argument, it means that
You have superior knowledge.
you know, even without the knowledge, you just know how to string all those knowledge together to form an argument.
To form an argument,
that
yeah.
convinces your opponent
Yeah.
what you're trying to put across. If you can do that, bruh,
Yeah.
you can convince anybody of anything.
But
God
the
of
thing is
persuasion.
like, do you know? But what would you even classify as like winning an argument? Because like when let me say Jordan Peterson goes into these conversations, yeah. When you say he wins the argument, what would you classify as winning? Was he able to change the other person's point of view? I highly doubt.
He might not be able to do that, but he might put forth an argument that cannot be disputed.
Okay.
So if you like, don't change. If you like, don't
Okay.
agree,
Fair.
but you cannot dispute what I've
You
just
can't
said.
dispute what I've said. Okay. And where does that get you, like as a human being? Like, okay, if
It means that so what that is that if you write a book, for example, it means you can teach.
okay,
It means that because obviously there'll be times when have been able to win arguments.
your social validation is on a high level in regards to staking claims.
Yeah, if someone is arguing a thing and you enter the room and you hear all the sides and you put forth an argument that is so unassailable from any angle,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it makes
Your point of view will be highly respected.
Yes,
Yeah.
highly respected. You'll be called
You have the
into-
social validation.
you be
Yeah.
a mediator.
Yeah,
you be solving problems.
I get that. It's actually a skill. It's actually a skill.
Yeah,
It's actually it's
was
a
a god
thing.
of persuasion, being able to persuade.
Ooh, that's man. That's amazing.
Yo,
That's
man.
amazing. That's an amazing one. That's
God
an
of
amazing
negotiation.
one. That's a
Bruh.
skill, so
There are
that's a
things.
skill. And the funny thing is like you have to negotiate through everything in life. Like relationships is about like negotiating. Everything in life is about negotiating.
Know this time for the back. Know this time for the back. Know this time for the back. Last place, know the yarn for the class. Know this time for the back. Know this time for the back. Know this time for the back. Last place, know the yarn for the class. If we talking about position, I be switching in the mission. Part of my ambition, getting money, my addiction. What you say? My dreams into fruition. Call me Ricky Bobby, you ain't first and you ain't winning, I ain't playing. Because the numbers know they lie. Enemies they spy, the prince is heading to the sky. No exaggeration, I'm a blessing in disguise. If I return to Lagos because Lefty is my guy, I swear. Know this time for the back. Know this time for the back. Know this time for the back. Last place, know the yarn for the class. Know this time for the back. Know this time for the back. Know know this time for the back. Last place, know they am for the class.
So before we wrap, do you have anything you would like to, you want to pick my brain on, or anything you want to ask? What's in your mind? I know you always be having those things. Always.
Yeah, we've talked about a bunch of things. What role does sports play in your life?
Sports is a nice escape. I've never been. Well, I used to be very, very fanatical about it, but not anymore. I just enjoy it for what it is now.
Yeah.
I have my teams obviously that if they win today, I'll take that extra, pep in my step.
Yeah.
If they lose, they lost, but I will not you won't see me arguing about.
Yeah.
Although I would definitely pick Ronaldo over Messi. For sure.
Same here. But it's same here. I used to be such a big person, but I've reached a point where sports, I'm not a fanatic about it, but I admire it because of the competition. But it changed. We spoke about Last Dance off the record, but it changed when I watched Last Dance. Yeah, it was just it brought back. I saw a level of competition that I've not seen in a while, seeing Michael Jordan and so
today they're too friendly and too lax about it. Bro, Ozil is chopping money on the bench at home. Where's the competitive spirit? You want to go out there and show who you are and play. These guys lack it. That's why people like Ronaldo and Messi are so respected and loved, because even when they're going through the weirdest stuff with their clubs, they love the game so much that they will play through it. They will solve whatever is going on right quick so they can go and play and continue to add to their legend. Because all these new guys, they just small pressure.
It's not really about the passion
for the game.
and
It's about the
love.
competition.
And that's why I kind of respect. We're talking of the record as well. I respect you with the 100th episode of the podcast. It's and when I was working out this morning, it crossed my head. You said that you are going to pay your children's school fees off podcast money. That's a tall order. That's a bold statement to me. And it's but I wouldn't be surprised when that happens, because you are working you said that the average podcast doesn't go past 7 episodes, right? That's facts. And it's how did you have what that 100 represent? And you deserve to celebrate it as much as you want to. You should even throw a pass for it, to be honest. But it's that represents commitment. Yeah. And so how do you treat commitment in your daily life?
Oof, bro, I love these conversations. You guys make it easy, so I show up to it. I show up with energy. I show up, I want to learn, I want to know. I'm trying to hear something I haven't heard before. And then from that genuine innocent passion of it all, it just goes from there. So right now I can't wait to go back and listen back to everything and take it in again. And then now imagine how the audience will take it. Now that's the third level now. How is the audience going to perceive these things? Because best believe there's some parts that I would cut, switch, that would
to make it feel better,
or whatever, or it might not, make sense. I don't know, but that's not part of it. I enjoy creating that experience, taking them on that journey and being the one to orchestrate it. You get so. I mean, this is I enjoy it, and it seems like I have time, bro. I say I make time. And if you listen to the episode, I saw it. I don't do
because you are committed to this, and that counts for something.
It counts for something.
It counts for everything. No,
and I do believe that I'm going to make it all back. All the time I sacrifice the things I didn't do. Oh man, when the time comes,
it will happen.
When the time comes,
it will
happen. Be out there, I'll fuck shit up.
And we'll be here to witness it.
Be on podcast, watch this space now, man.
And one more question. You've obviously listened to the bigger picture. Compared to Purple Hearts, what would you say?
I'll tell you what, right? Purple Hearts was the flow on the first listen. When I listened to it for the first time, it was it was phenomenal. But with this one, it's the kind of one that you have to listen again.
Okay.
To really get it, because I think now there's more depth into it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
comparing it to that one, like it's still a good first listen. Though.
Yeah.
But people had me in that first listen, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You know, I had a lot of things. You know, I was messaging you.
Yeah.
But with this one, I didn't feel compelled to message, but I noticed things.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how all these projects, like all this, like art I've created, like ages over the next 5 to 10 years, or over a lifetime, to be honest.
Then we'll see how that pans out.
We'll see how it pans
connects.
out.
Yeah. We'll see how it connects. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Just seeing, bro.
Yeah.
I think reaching 100 episodes for me is the equivalent of this your fifth
Project, yeah.
You build the
Yeah.
game, man.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
put in
Yeah.
hours
You've put in the hours.
and time,
Yeah.
and people are seeing it. Because, guy, let me tell you what now, man. People are listening more now because I've been doing it for so long than just because I have a podcast.
Like you have trust. You've developed some elements
see, I
of
think
trust.
100 episodes, let me
Yeah.
go see what's up. Do you get what I'm saying?
Also, the numbers are reflecting
It's
it.
reflecting.
Okay.
You know, people, and that's why I had to make the 100 episodes so special. Because I knew once I announced 100 episodes,
Yeah.
people are going to go listen
I get you.
to hear what the hype's about.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to make it.
Did that put some sort of pressure on you?
It did, of course.
But you enjoyed it.
Of course.
the process.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But we did it, man.
Yeah, man.
And we've done our second episode, bro. It's in the books. and
Amazing.
It's like 1 hour, 30 minutes worth of pure gist, bro. This is it. Guys, this is fucking it. This is the Young God with ISAH the Prince. Class act.
Thanks for having
A
me.
god, man. 2 gods in this bitch.
Like,
And
2
we're here
gods.
at Nuit de Paris, Musée 2. And they gave us this awesome space and gave us this time. Thanks for joining me, man.
Man, bless.
I
As
can't
usual.
wait. I can't wait to see
2021.
2021, man.
2021.
My man.
Bless.
And there you have it. This is the Young God. Do you see the bigger picture? Did you get the message ISAH was trying to share with us? Will you be able to take that step back and see the forest for the trees? These are the questions I'll leave you with as we prepare to enter the new year. Speaking of 2021, I encourage you to stay optimistic, stay ready, keep going for it and being the best version of yourself as far as you can push it. Everything works out for good. For ye are gods. Remember that. Once again, thank you for listening, for making it to the end of this episode, for tuning in, week out, for your continued support. It means everything to me. Don't forget to check out The Bigger Picture by ISAH the Prince. It's on Apple Music and Spotify. It's a really strong project, and you will thank me later. So that's it from The Young God until 2021. There's still a lot of episodes you haven't listened to, so do go back and see what you like. The podcast has got range, yo. There's something for everyone. Let those episodes keep you until I return in the new year with more The Young God. In the meantime, here's one more song from ISAH's album. It's actually the title, The Bigger Picture. Enjoy.
Then the boy and the beat.
Smiling through the pain, I see the big picture. Not in it for the fame, I see the bigger picture. When you look for who's to blame, you see the bigger picture. We are all the same, I see the bigger picture. When I lost my dad, I saw the bigger picture. And then I lost a friend and saw the bigger picture. Life happens when it happens, see the bigger picture. You just have to keep it moving for the bigger picture. Hey, turning all my L's into my lessons. Only thing better than counting money is counting blessings. Only thing fresher than me is my aesthetics. All my life, you see, I've been on my toes like calisthenics. History's all I'm playing for, mastery's what I'm made for. My game is too advanced, and I've never had a Game Boy. P.S. I'm never buying to that BS. Me and the bros strictly on XO, no VS. And now we living good, so no evil can see us. We back in W, so the L's never be with us. Ay, I ask for blessings at my old man's grave. Shit, it's getting late, can't afford no mistakes. Ay, fuck rich, let's get wealthy just for heaven's sake. I want some landed properties up in heaven's estate. Or maybe hell, can't you tell I want it all? When they tryna buy some Gucci, I'm just tryna buy them all like I'm smiling through the pain, I see the bigger picture. No, they ain't for the fame, I see the bigger picture. When you look for who's to blame, just see the bigger picture. We are all the same, I see the bigger picture. When I lost my dad, I saw the bigger picture. And then I lost a friend and saw the bigger picture. Life happens when it happens, see the bigger picture. You just have to keep it moving for the bigger picture. Hey, turning all my L's into my lessons. When heaven puts a hand on the boy, I gotta share my blessings. I can't be stingy with the universe's energy. I've gotta speak my truth, that's what the universe keeps telling me. Kill the ego and self. Go within if you're trying to find treasures and wealth. Be a king because God made you a god of yourself. Abstain from sin, so you have to be at war with yourself. Self-discipline, love yourself for all you're worth. Love of flesh and flashy things, man, that's such a curse. Ever love somebody so much it starts to hurt. Ever love somebody so much it couldn't work. Ever love somebody so much it made you worse instead of a better person. At first you lost the morals, then you started second guessing your core. Character flaws had you embarrassed to know. Trying to flush them out your system like a poster. No, I'm here to tell you all that pain leads to open doors if you open to it. It's like the sweetest melody in music. When you go behind all the talking and you quiet your mind, you realize that we are one with the divine. The bigger picture. I'm smiling through the pain, I see the bigger picture. No, they ain't for the fame, I see the bigger picture. When you look for who's to blame, just see the bigger picture. We are all the same, I see the bigger picture. When I lost my dad, I saw the bigger picture. And then I lost a friend and saw the bigger picture. Life happens when it happens, see the bigger picture. You just have to keep it moving for the bigger picture.
The question's not, is there a God? The question is there suffering? Yes, there is suffering, and what can we do about suffering? We can help one another, and we can love one another. A lot of people need to know that this is temporary, that we are the temporary manifestation of something greater, something complete and whole, something timeless and spaceless and absolute. And every dogma in the world has been trying to tackle and understand that. Art has been trying to represent it, science has been trying to explain it, and no one can. We are up against the parameters, and I believe that without embracing something spiritual, something whole, something beyond human thought, we have no chance of saving ourselves. We are all connected to consciousness, we are all connected to one another, and to me that sounds a little bit like God.